So today I'm going to bring you into my kitchen to show you how I propagate basil and how I hang it up so that it can dry. So here along my windowsill in the kitchen, I have basil. I did have a lot of other herbs too, but I took them out to the balcony already. So you can see I've already been clipping it. I clipped it a few times already. I've harvested some already. And about 2 weeks ago, I clipped it and put the roots in here to grow. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So to do this, you need some scissors, a glass. The glass needs to be filled with water. Okay, glass filled with water, and the basil plant. I just got mine at the grocery store, so nothing too, too special. So here you can see that this basil plant has a layer of leaves that were here, then a layer of leaves that were here, and now the third layer is up here. So I'm going to do is cut between this leaf and this bunch of leaves, between the second and third layer. You can see. Like that. Okay. And now I have this little bushel here and a little bit of a stem. It's usually better to have one with a bit more stem, but this is fine. And then I can just push it in here into the water, and it doesn't really matter if that one leaf is in there. It's fine. So just put it in the water like that. And in a few days, it's going to have roots. So this took like 2 weeks. And look at all these roots. So what's going to be interesting is when I have to transplant this into the soil, it's a different environment, because right now it's just in water. So then I'm going to have to transplant it to soil, and I'm most likely going to do that soon. And when that happens, it may or may not live. We'll have to see. So that'll be the next step. But also what I do sometimes is I come to a plant and I just take off the bigger leaves. Let me show you. So sometimes you have plants like here. There's a lot of leaves and then one really big one. I can take off that leaf and dry it. Or use it in food, either way. Here's another example. You can see this one here. There's a lot of leaves. You can take off these leaves. And when you do that, you can hang them on this paper clip like I did. I hang them through the branches, just like that. Little bushel, and I hang it there. And then I can take this and put it on a heater. So you can see here, I have this heater in my house, and I literally just hang them up here. I do small bushels. This is rosemary, basil, and lavender. So I usually just take a little glass jar, and like here, I'll just take one of these leaves that are extra dry. This one, for example. Take the leaf and just crumble it inside the jar. And now I have some basil, crushed basil. Basil is not only a nice herb for the kitchen, but you can also use it as a companion plant for cabbage, potatoes. There's quite a few of them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take this basil plant that I bought from the grocery store. Since it was planted in soil, I'm going to transplant this one in with my potatoes in the potato bag that I made in a few videos back. And I'm going to take the basil clippings that I showed you guys with the roots and transplant them into soil so I can put this on my kitchen windowsill. So that's the plan for today. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, This one has just a crazy amount of roots. There's not really much soil even left. So we need to break this apart. Like that. Just kind of break it apart. And then, thought I saw something moving. Anyways, so we have this, and now we're just gonna plant it. Just gonna plant it directly in there. Trying to push it down as much as I can. Okay. I'll just put it around the edges because I don't want to water. Maybe I try to sneak in here too. I don't want to get water on the leaves or have it splash up the soil onto the leaves. So that's that. Now we have basil planted with the potatoes. So that's the first thing. And yeah, second thing we're going to do is we're going to take the roots, the basil that was grown in the water, the clips that we took off the basil, and we're going to plant that into soil next. I have a planter here, a flower pot, that I just filled with the coconut substrate. And we have, how many sprouts? We have 1. We have 2. This has something weird happening to it. I don't know what that is. You know, I think that's actually just a stem. Yeah, it's just an old stem. I thought it was a worm or something. And this is the 4th one here. Let's just start with the big one first. We'll put the big one in here. Surround it. Okay. And I'll plant this one in there. Put the roots in there. Oh man, literally fell into the basil plant. Landed right here on his leaf, broke it. So I'm going to have to, oh, this one came off too. And this one. So that plant got hardcore damaged. But I'm just going to have to clip that leaf. Yeah, it's starting to pull down. Let me get some scissors. So this is literally peeling the side of the plant. Cut it off. So because the camera fell onto the plant, I hope this plant still lives since it was the prettiest. But we'll see. I'll keep you updated. So we're just going to do the last one now. And this one I'm just going to plant both of the basil plants together. This one here. Just put those roots deep in there. And this one as well. So you can see 2 of them are now in this one. 1 here. And this is the best one originally. Yeah, these leaves also got, that's sad. 4 leaves were taken off all on this side when the camera fell. But we'll see what happens. So that's that. I'm not going to water them here because I don't want it to drip everywhere as I go into my house. But for now, that's that.